Guys, really quickly. There we go. All right. Life After Lockup, season 30. No, season 30. Season 3, episode 31. This is like the never ending season. We're going to call this season never ending, episode 31. Because it's a season that never ends. What reality show have you guys ever watched that had like 30 episodes in one season? None that I've known of. So anyway, this episode kind of gay, so I'm actually excited to get into this review, you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the notification bell. Do all those things so you can get my alerts. So when I post videos, you guys can be the first to see them. So we're going to jump right into Life After Lockup, Season 3, Episode 31. I just watched it, so I'm excited to talk about it. And we're just going to jump right in and talk about John and Christiana because that's who they showed first. John and Christiana. Christiana is her release date, and I'm so glad she's out, her and all of her 35 extra pounds. Christiana, you look amazing. I don't care that you gained 35 pounds. Christiana's one of those girls that she just has such like a nice face. It don't really matter what she weighs. Christiana's gonna be a pretty girl, period. And I know girls like that, by the way. I know girls like that they are a little heavy set. They're pretty much obese, but they got like a real nice, pretty face, so it don't really matter. I think Christiana's one of those girls too. Christiana's not huge, but I could totally tell when she walked out that she had gained some weight, but it didn't really matter. Christiana still looked good. So they talking about having sex and making babies and whatnot. I was like, well, dang, making babies already? Uh, you gotta deal with this Tara situation first. Low key, I don't want Christiana to even find out about this Tara situation. Not because I care anything about Tara, but just because I don't want her to like pop off and get thrown back in jail for doing something crazy and like you know what I mean. I just don't want her to be caught up in that because I feel like it's not even worth it. You know what I mean? John did some pretty shady stuff, but at the end of the day, I feel like John really does love Christiana, and I feel like Tara provoked most of it. Yes, I'm gonna blame it on Tara. Yes, it takes two to play this game. However, I'm gonna blame most of it on Tara. Period. I said it. I said what I said. It's Tara's fault. But on the drive home, he had a bill collector calling. I was just like, John, oh no, sis, not a bill collector calling. He said, yeah, I'll be making a payment. I just got the check today. I said, John, if I had known any better, I said you was one of us waiting on the check to come to pay the bill. Got the bill collector calling you. I said, oh, child. And that bill collector was just like, she was hella casual too. I was like, oh yeah, she must know John. This must be like a local bill collector. I was just like, oh no, ma'am. But on the ride home, Christiana was asking. She was like, "Yeah, did my sister flirt with you?" And I was just like, "This means one of two things: the producers already tipped you off and gave you the tea, or you already know your sister's habits, and so you already know she was a flirt and she'd be trying to take people's man." So I don't know. One of the two happened. I'm hoping it's the second one. I hope the producers ain't that shady, trying to get some stuff popped off on the first episode with you out of jail. I hope the producers ain't that shady. But I mean, nonetheless, I'm glad she's home. They went and took a COVID test and she was negative. But I'm just thinking this, John, it was really too late for her to be taking that COVID test because, when she got out, y'all was hugging, y'all was kissing, y'all in the car together. So if she did have COVID, John, I mean, you probably should have tested her before you did all that stuff because, I mean, you'd probably have it too. I'm just saying. So if she would have came out positive, I would have pretty much asked you to take the test as well. I'm just saying, John. But moving right along, 'cause that's really all y'all gave this episode. They didn't really spend too much time on any one couple. They really got way too many couples on this show because you really don't get far in these storylines because there's so many couples they're trying to like run through. So that's really all they gave. I'm just gonna move right on down to Shawn and Destiny. Actually, now I think about it, I'm gonna save them for last because I gotta drag them. So I'm just save them for last because I got something for them. Let me just move on down to Andre and Lamar because they're gonna be pretty quick. Because all they did pretty much is go on a date. They had a date night, and she said that Lamar is not the date planner. She said he can't plan a date to save his life. But let me tell you something, Andre. Neither can I. Some people are just not natural romantics like that, and there's nothing wrong with that, Andre. So first of all, you gotta appreciate us for who we are. Maybe he's a tourist like me. My idea of a romantic evening is like having dinner and watching TV. Like, to me that's kind of romantic. But apparently she wanted to be wooed and wined and dined. But she kind of got that because Lamar he planned a little date, but not only did he plan a date, he bought her a whole car. I said, this is a nice little used car, Lamar. That's a sweet gift. I was somebody buy me a car like that. Lamar bought her a whole SUV. I don't know what kind of car it was like a Jeep something. I want to say it's like an older like Jeep Commander. But I was confused because Andrea said, "Oh, this is so nice. I ain't had a car in years." And I'm thinking, every episode you in a car driving off somewhere. Whether you popped up at D'Lo's house when you found out that they went to see his daughter. You put up in a Chrysler. Then when you took off to a hotel, you were driving a Chrysler at that time too. So what do you mean you don't have a car? I don't know if that's like the producer's car that you'd be driving around, but you were driving somebody's car, Andre. So I don't know if I believe the fact that you haven't had a car in years. I don't know if I believe that because every time I see you in the episode, you driving somewhere. So I don't know whose car you're driving, but I'm glad you got one of your own. So I thought that was actually kind of sweet. The thing that was funny about that one was Andrea was like, yeah, she was telling Priscilla, she was like, yeah, me and Daddy are gonna go on a date and we're gonna kiss. Priscilla said, you don't have to tell me that. Priscilla said TMI, TMI. I'm not trying to hear it. Priscilla was like, you don't gotta tell me all that. I was dying. I was like, Priscilla is so cute. I can't with Priscilla. That was hilarious. But that was pretty much all they gave. They drove off into the sunset in her certified pre-owned Jeep, and that's pretty much all they gave. Let me knock out Brittany and Marcelino real quick too, because theirs is pretty quick. They still in Alaska. Um, they went to actually the. I'm surprised this was even still there because they went to this site where the explosion happened. I don't know if this was supposed to be a house or a trailer. I don't know where this happened or a cabin. But in Alaska, it snows and it gets real cold. It rains. So I'm surprised like all this like these remnants of the explosion were still there. Because this happened, I want to say she said 4 or 5 years ago. So I was actually surprised that like all the burnt stuff was still there. Because in California, they would have moved that. They would have sold the land, put some track homes on it. That's how we do in California. It would have just been sitting there like that. So it was still there, but it comes out that she lit a match and threw it, and an explosion happened. But it did come out, and this is actually a pretty serious storyline. This storyline continues to get heavier and heavier, actually. And I actually appreciate this storyline because it does bring um, some awareness to the show. It does bring some real like emotion to the show. It's not just all fighting and drama. Like this is actually a real deal storyline, I can tell. So it comes out that she actually it sounded like she was trying to commit suicide. And because she even said when she woke up in the hospital, when she kind of realized that she had survived, she was upset because she felt like nobody cared about her. And I was just like, here's the thing, Cynthia. You have a second chance. I'm just going to say this to you because I don't even want to go back in time. You have a second chance. And you got a group of people, Brittany and Marcelino, the grandchildren to live for. You really, really do. And I really, really want you to pull through. I say this every time I review you guys. I really want you to pull through this, Cynthia, because I am like Tyra Banks, sweetheart. I am rooting for you. I want you to overcome this. I really do. Forget about Jackie because Jackie was a mess. I don't got time for Jackie. I already told you I ain't gonna spend time on Jackie because she just did not. She took no accountability. Period. Last episode. I want you just to forget that. And like Brittany said, let it go. I know that's more easier said than done, but I do want you to just let it go, move on, focus on the things in life that matter. Brittany has literally been bending over backwards for you, rooting for you, and being there for you, and almost neglecting her marriage for you. So I'm gonna need you to appreciate that and realize what you have. You really do have a lot going for you right now. So that's really all I'm gonna say on that because this is a very sensitive topic. I don't play about that kind of stuff. So this is a very serious topic to me. It's not for reading. It's not for dragging. It's not for gagging. I really want her to pull through it, and I'm rooting for you. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it alone, and I do pray for you, and I do hope for the absolute best. Go back to Vegas. Stay away from Fremont Street. Take care of your grandkids, and stay off of whatever. That's what I want for you. I'm just going to say that. Moving on down to, let me go to Amber and Puppy, because these two, they were kind of getting on my nerves a little bit, too. Amber and Puppy. First of all, when did Amber's mom get out? I know Amber's mom was in jail when Amber had gotten out. Her mom was still in jail. So I don't even know when she got out. They completely skipped over that. But anywho, so Amber is saying that, Puppy's putting a relationship pressure on her. And I'm just thinking, Amber, now this ain't fair, Amber, because when she was locked up, Puppy was your soulmate. She was your wifey. She was this, she was that. That's all you talked about is puppy, puppy, puppy. Now that she's out, you low key kind of curving her a little bit. And I don't know if I like it because at this point, Miss Thing, I'm getting mixed signals. I'm getting mixed signals because I know you're talking to a dude or whatever. Like I said before, I didn't think you liked dudes. No shade. I didn't think you liked dudes, Amber. I really didn't. But let me just tell you this, Amber. I'm gonna respect your choice to not really want to pursue Puppy in this way that she wants to pursue you. I'm gonna respect that. But here's what I want in return. I just want you to be honest with Puppy and let her know that you're talking to this guy named Sammy, okay? And apparently, according to your mother, Sammy and you don't have the best history. She said that you guys were basically almost toxic at this point, is what I took from it. So, with that being said, if Puppy knows about Sammy, she's probably gonna think the exact same thing. Child, she went into their history saying how they was on this stuff together and how they were fighting, blah, blah. I'm just thinking like, so why are you going back? Like, I don't understand. So apparently Amber do like dudes. I was wrong. And she's talking to one, but Amber, I'm just need you to be really, really honest. And speaking about being honest, I'm gonna need you guys to not keep acting like Vince played you guys and just really messed with you guys and just did all this stuff that you guys were not down for. You guys were down for this scam when you thought you were going to get $256 every 2 weeks. You guys were down for it. So this whole thing about her not signing the papers, he forged the names, you knew he forged the names because she was in prison. She couldn't sign these documents herself anyway. So with that being said, you knew this was forgery. You guys were down with it. And all of a sudden, you guys are not down with it. So just say that. Just say like, hey, it was a bad idea. We thought it was going to be a moneymaker. It wasn't. Now we want out of it. But don't keep saying that he scammed you guys because y'all was trying to scam him, I think. And I think he just kind of got the better end of it. That's what happened. So I'm kind of sick of the narrative at this point. But anyway, so Puppy wants to pull up on him in Vegas. Amber's mom is low-key down with it too. Amber's mom, I forget her name, but girl, you are way too old to be pulling these stunts. She is instigating this situation so bad. She's like, yeah, you guys need to go to Vegas. You guys need to pull up. That's not right. Justice needs to be served. I question criminals when they say justice needs to be served. I can't. The criminals are saying justice needs to be served. I cannot. I can't. I'm just gonna move on along because this was way too much. This was just too petty for me. I was just like, y'all need to just focus on being free, staying out of prison, getting a job. And while we all talking about a job, Puppy, don't drink them people's liquor like that, Puppy. That is not right. Moving on. Moving on down to Sarah and Michael. Sarah and Michael. Sarah, I was rooting for you too. I no longer care. I don't care. Because I don't think you care. Sarah, every chance you get to get into Mike... Sarah, you cannot convince me that you were upset that Malcolm broke up with you. You were not upset because you went straight home and was laying on the day bed flirting with Michael. I couldn't. I was just like, Sarah... See, Sarah, this is why I don't feel sorry for Sarah because Sarah signs up for this every single time. Sarah, there are a lot of ways to co-parent without being in the same room and at this point, even the same bed as Michael. Horrible, horrible idea. And I was living for her friend, Emmy. Emmy called and she was on FaceTime and she was like, is that Michael? Emmy wasn't with it. She was not with the shits. Emmy was like, is that Michael? I said the same thing. I said, yep, Emmy, that's Michael. Emmy was dragging. She was like, that's a bad idea. She said, are you guys hooking up? I said, yeah, Emmy, they hooking up. Emmy was giving Sarah the business, basically. Didn't even know Michael was sitting there on the bed. I don't even think Emmy cared that Michael was sitting on the bed because Sarah was just continuing to have this conversation with Emmy knowing Michael was right here. And then so finally she was like, oh, he's right there? Emmy, you knew he was right there. You just didn't care. Let me tell you, I live for Emmy. I've been living for Emmy ever since the first season because Emmy has always gave Sarah the real. Sarah don't want to hear it, but Emmy has always gave Sarah the real tea. So I love Emmy. I live for Emmy. Emmy, keep doing what you're doing. Sarah don't want to hear it. It's fine, but keep being a good friend. Sarah, you a fool. You a whole fool, Sarah. I can't with you. What do you think is gonna come of this? He gonna start talking to other girls. You don't get jealous. But see, let me say, y'all notice something, right? Y'all notice this thing right here? Ever since Michael came back around, they've been flirting and everything. She ain't said not one thing about him being a bad parent. Before she was always dragging him. You don't even got no place to stay. I don't even know where you live. You always here. You always there. You don't see the girls. But ever since he came back, been putting that thing on her. She ain't had no complaints. Sarah, we on to you, sis. We on to you, sis. And I'm done with you, sis. That's what I'm about to say. I'm done with you, Sarah. I can't with you. I had some hope for you when you started dating Malcolm. I had some real hope for you. I was rooting for you, Sarah. We were all rooting for you. Not no more. Good day. Girl, bye. Anyway, moving on, moving on down to Chevelle and Quaylin. Woo, Chevelle and Quaylin and Uncle DeMarc. Ciao. Branson was litty this week. Branson been litty ever since y'all came into town. They are newly engaged, sweetheart. But Chevelle's very happy about them being engaged. However, they have a little serious talk back at the room when they get back, and she gonna say, "Oh, now that we're engaged, we're gonna have to set some ground rules." I was like, "What kind of ground rules, Chevelle?" Chevelle said, "You can't be talking to other females. You can't be talking to them through DM. Gotta change your phone number, and I'm gonna need your passcode." I say, Chevelle, here's the thing, sweetheart. If you say yes to an engagement, it's automatically assumed he's not going to be talking to other women. The fact that you have to actually lay this out is set the ground rules. That is a bad start. That's a very bad start. Chevelle, if I ever said yes to an engagement, I don't feel like I should have to tell you can't talk to other women. That should be a given. That tells you what a crap show this really is. And this is, and he's still in the doghouse apparently because he got to get his own room. The cousin is the one that I live for because the cousin is basically like Emmy to Sarah. He gives her the real. And the cousin is not telling no lies. The cousin knows what the tea is. The cousin probably done did the same thing. Chevelle does not want to hear it. Chevelle is always taking Quaylin's side. They got to fighting in the hallway, and I was just like, if y'all don't get your ass back in the room and stop tearing up these people's hotel, they is in the hallway swinging. Let me tell you, when DeMarc, I think his name was DeMarc, when Uncle DeMarc pushed Quaylin back, Quaylin went flying towards the wall like a doll. I was like, Quaylin, y'all both skinny as I don't know what. Y'all both is basically as skinny as me. So I don't know how he pushed you that hard. But Quaylin went flying back like the Matrix. I was like, Quaylin, I need you to be a little bit more quicker on your feet, Quaylin. Just a little bit. So they get ready to leave the hotel. I guess Maila saw the whole shebang. I don't think she saw the whole thing, but let Chevelle tell her she saw the whole thing. So she made him shake it out and kind of kiss and make up before he got in the car. Speaking of which, that was an awkward car ride. I was just like, Chevelle, you really should have had Quaylin get his own ride home. That way you can drive home and talk to your cousin and be like, look, I know how you feel about Quaylin, but I'm going to just try to give this a shot. Please be cool. I really think Chevelle needs to have a conversation with him just to kind of calm him down because Chevelle's a grown woman, yeah, but see, the cousin sees what's going on and he don't want her to get played. And that's understandable. But I just think Chevelle, you getting played, period. We all see it. But you don't want to hear it. So we just gonna move right along because, you hard-headed, period. So last but not least, we're going to go right on down to Shawn and Destiny. Shawn and Destiny. Oh, gosh. This is why I saved y'all for last. Y'all just aggravate my soul so much. Shawn and Destiny. Destiny, I done told you last episode of my show, I don't know where you get off thinking that you can just dog this man out and reap the benefits of his financial support. You cannot. You done threw the ring in this man's face. You done pushed him out the way, told him to mind his business, said you dating somebody else and I don't want nothing to do with you. But yet you still think you can take his credit card and his car and live happily ever after with somebody else. Destiny, I don't know what fairy tale you live in, But Miss Thing, that's not how it works. And quite frankly, I don't even know who told you that you had it like that. Who told you had it like that, Destiny? So Shawn pulls up, and for one, I think Destiny did see Shawn because where Shawn was waiting at, and Destiny pulled up in the car. I was just like, your car is pretty much in plain sight. Like, if she didn't see you, it's because she didn't want to see you. So I don't know, but I don't see how she didn't see you right there. But anywho, he calls the tow truck and tries to have the car towed. Destiny's sister looks out the window, was like, "What the hell going on outside my house?" She calls Destiny like, "Yo, they towing the car." So they run out, and she going out there calling him all kind of bitches and hoes. And I was just like, Destiny, that's not nice, Destiny. So she over here saying, "What are you doing my car?" And she's like, "That's my car. I'm making the payments with the wood." I'm just like, see, this is what I thought. I knew he was making the payments on that car, Destiny. I knew that wasn't your car. I knew that was not your car. So you think you can just leave him and think that he's still going to pay for the car you're driving in? Girl, bye. Girl, bye. I cannot with you, Destiny. What make this is why I say she lives in a fantasy world. She lives in a fantasy world where she has it like that, and she don't. She really don't. The tow truck driver was just like, yo, like, mm-mm. You see, Destiny, she's just doing it at the absolute most. She jumping on top of the tow truck, saying, "Oh, I want my stuff out," blah blah blah. So he's like, "Well, I don't have the keys. You have the keys." She don't want to go get the keys. Destiny, you know you have the keys because we just saw you pull up, so we know you got the keys, but you don't want to go get them. So he goes and opens the door, pops the trunk. I don't know why the door is already unlocked. And I thought about that. He popped the trunk, and she's like hitting the trunk, pushing it back down. And I'm just like, why are you doing that? You said you wanted your stuff out. Get your stuff out and bounce. Like, why are you causing a scene? So she gets her stuff out, and she's just like yelling at him, saying, "Oh, take your car, blah blah blah. You're gonna be sorry. You better make sure you park your car in the garage because I'm cut." Destiny, I don't believe you're gonna do any of the stuff you're talking about because I don't even think you have the gas money to go to Vegas and carry out these threats. So I think you're just bluffing, really. And second of all, she's gonna say, "How can you take this car? This is the only thing I have." You don't have it. It ain't yours. That's why. That's why. See, Destiny, you took the ultimate L. You threw that ring at him at the courthouse. That ring probably wasn't worth that much. It's probably worth a good $1,000 at the very most, but you should have kept it because now you could have pawned it. But you threw it at him, so now he got the ring too. So you took the ultimate L, Destiny. And this is my thing with Destiny. I don't think Destiny has people in her life that will tell her the truth. Her sister, I thought for a quick second, I thought her sister was a good influence, but now I'm kind of looking at how her sister kind of was like carrying on and amping up the situation when the tow truck got there. Now I saw how her sister was also kind of acting. I was kind of like, I don't think her sister is really telling her the truth either. Like her sister, I'm not saying, everything Destiny has done is wrong, but I am saying, like, as her sister, you should know, like, hey, you left this man. You threw the ring at him. You said you didn't want nothing to do with him. Give this man his car back. Like, that's for me. That's what I would have done. I would have been like, look, this is my house. Y'all causing a big scene, so give this man his car. This is you didn't pay for it. It's his. Let him take it and just stop. Count your losses and move on. You said you're moving on. You got somebody else. Move on then. Like let him take his car and go back to Vegas because at this point, y'all all just wilding out at this point. So, he takes the car, whatever. She making all these threats. I don't know. I don't know. I really, really don't know. And here's the thing, Shawn has told many, many lies. But I really don't think I think Shawn loved Destiny more than Destiny loved Shawn. I really do think Shawn wanted to make it work. Shawn has really been supportive of Destiny, period. Anybody that puts a $50,000 bond for you is riding for you, in my opinion. So, Shawn, I hope you learned your lesson. I really hope you did, sir. I hope you can get your bond back. I hope she don't skip town on the $50,000 bond. At this point, there's no incentive for her to show up at this point. So I hope for the best. I really, really hope for the best. So, that's going to be it, you guys. That was episode 11, Life After Lockup. Next episode looks pretty litty to me as well. So I cannot wait to review that one and talk to you guys about it. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Like I said before, click the notification bell, and I will see you guys in the very next episode. I hope you guys have a great weekend, a great night, and I'll talk to you later. Deuces.